Quite a few recent things have prompted this video. One of them is something that happened recently here in the United Kingdom. William Lane Craig, who is a professional Christian debater, came from America and had a campaign in which he called it the empty chair debate with Dawkins. Now, Dawkins has refused to engage in a public debate with William Lane Craig, as has Polly Toynbee and A.C. Grayling, also very well-known atheists, who often enter into public debates with Christians. What William Lane Craig did was put a chair on every time he had a debate, so that he was supposedly inviting Dawkins to come. Now, Dawkins didn't show up. And I'm not defending Dawkins. I'm not saying, that he should have debated him or he should not have debated him. I want to limit what I'm talking about here specifically to public debate versus dialogue, and which one actually gets people to think and which one doesn't. That point was made very well in a recent blog called The Drum on ABC News. And there's a link, first link in the low bar. It's a piece by Damon Young, as I said. And he talks about how really public debate is a lot like prize fighting. You choose a side, you root for your side, you want your side to knock the other guy out and win the debate. So really, that means you're not really encouraged to think too deeply about what's being said, because if you think too deeply about anything, it's going to keep you from choosing a side and rooting for your side at the expense of everything else. That seems to me to be a brilliant point. And Damon Young makes the point later in the blog that really it makes more sense if you worry about the injustice in the world and the fact that all of society seems to be pretty much dysfunctional right now. If you read something like Nietzsche's Human All Too Human, or, and I'm in the process of reading this right now, Philip Roth's recent book, Nemesis. He won the Booker Prize for 2011 for it, and I can see why. If you really want to know about the human condition, you'd be much better off reading Human All Too Human or getting a copy of Nemesis than you would going to a public debate of two celebrities who want to fight each other and win points for their side at the expense of the other side. This was particularly brought home to me by a video interview between Bill O'Reilly and Deepak Chopra. They seem to want to use these tactics against Dawkins when Dawkins is in absentia. He's not there, but they want to score points for their team, and a lot of people are doing that right now. It seems to me that the real issue is, as Kurt Vonnegut's son said to him, we are here to help each other through this thing, whatever it is. That's what his son, Mark, who's a pediatrician, said to Vonnegut, and Vonnegut quotes it in his last interview. That seems to me to be extremely important. It's particularly important if you consider the fact that there are 7 billion of us, or there will be very soon here on this planet. The Guardian, in its G2 magazine, Monday, I believe it was, had a suggestion that people write a letter to the 7th billion baby born on this planet. and the problems or whatever they wanted to share with that baby. And those were extremely deep and interesting, a lot of them, at least to me. One of them was a particularly good, I thought, and here is what this particular person said. I am your fellow citizen of this planet from Iraq. We all share a common ancestor, and we are all headed in the same direction. Always follow the evidence, be curious, be skeptical, love science and art, never believe in superstitions that are called religion. Religion has divided us through centuries and still divides us today. But some people are growing out of it, and they are thinking for themselves. Be human and act as a humanist. Don't ask the skies to help you or punish your enemies. Life is wonderful if you know how to live it. I mean, I know a lot of people on YouTube would disagree with that last sentence. If you disagree with it, just disregard it and think about the rest of what this person said. That's what I think dialogue can talk about instead of these kinds of formal win-lose debates. And I'm going to post this as a response to Piro. He's setting up something called a Phi Club. And I think we could use it, maybe if it's devised right and if we have the right spirit, to actually talk about things instead of scoring ego points, which would be a great thing, I think, personally. Anyway, those are just my meandering thoughts on this. You guys take care of yourself. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.